That red light means go? Okay.
Yeah.
I know that once you turn 18 in the church, I think it's really hard to really get anywhere with anybody. Sometimes the pastor is so off limits, he almost seems like he's just out of the loop. It's almost like they don't want anything to do with you. So you're not really sure where to go. You're not really sure what to do. And sometimes when you're young like that, you haven't made up your mind yet of what you wanted to do. And I know that a lot of times people, anywhere from the age of 18 to 19, if you're not married and if you don't have a baby, or if you're not in this group, or if you're not in this group, or if you're not with these people, that a lot of times you get swept underneath the rug and people forget about you. And really at this age is when people need to be priming you, and they need to be working with you, and they need to be mentoring you, and they need to be showing you what you need to do and where you need to go. And a lot of times the young ages just get lost. There's no youth group for them to go to. A lot of times there's not any college ministries, and if there are college ministries, it's very much a clique. It's very much almost private, and to me that was never my style. It was never something that I wanted to do. I'm very not status quo, so that's probably why. I have no desire to be like everyone else, but I do have a desire to be brought in under somebody's wing, and I do have a desire to be mentored. I have a desire to be shown what to do. I have a desire to be shown how to hear the voice of God and how to do practical things, even how to make a budget. There's so many kids that don't know how to make a budget. They don't know what to spend their money on. They don't know how to do their bills. They don't know. They just don't know. Nobody's ever taken the time to show them. And I think that's really important, is to realize that people, kids that are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, they might have attitudes, but they're really just looking for somebody to say, hey, come here, let me show you how to do this. Let me come under here, come under my wing, and I'm going to keep you safe, and I'm going to show you what you need to do and where you need to go, and I'm going to show you where it says in the Word what you can be and all that you can be. And a lot of times it's just when you're young, you have defense mechanisms and you do think you're invisible, but for the most part, you really just feel swept under the rug. You feel forgotten. You feel left over. You feel you're not married, so you can't hang out with the married people, and if you don't have a baby, you can't hang out with the people that have kids. So you feel very limited, and a lot of times you feel alone when you're at this age, because there's nobody that you can relate to. A lot of times older people don't want anything to do with the younger people. They don't want to take the time. They don't want to take the money or the effort. And the thing is in Malachi, it says that the father's hearts will be turned to the children, and the children's hearts will be turned to the father. And fathering is really what needs to be done. When you father, it's going to take time, it's going to take effort, it's going to take money. It's an investment, and the kids really need somebody who will step up and be a father in their lives and say, come on, let me show you, let me guide you, let me help you. If you make a mistake, it's okay. I just want to show you. I just want to be here for you and direct you.
Okay, you did great. Keep rolling with it. Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. I just want you to take off down the path with it, okay? Do you think young women of today have a hard time with all the different demands that are placed upon them by their peer pressure and the roles that they're supposed to fulfill?
Absolutely.
Do you think that it takes away from them following a path that they would follow, such as education and stuff, or does society demand kind of that they go down another path that leads away from that involves sex and stuff like that?
To be honest with you, I think because of the demands of society, and really when I think of demands of society, I think of a girl's looks. You see the magazines, and I think what happens is the girls learn to identify themselves with what they see and what they hear, which is lies of the enemy, what they perceive, it's basically imposed on them. And I think because of that, they lose their identity. They don't know who they are, or they never find out who they are. And so that causes them to go down other paths to seek something to fulfill them, rather than knowing who they are in the Lord, who they are in Christ, having the confidence as a woman, and then going down the path that the Lord has called them on. I think it really has to do with their identity, not knowing who they are. So they go to other directions to search for, who am I? What can satisfy me? Instead of saying, this is who I am, this is who I was created to be, this is what I was created to do. I'm okay. I accept me as God created me, and I'm going to go with it.
Question for you. Paul, in regards to Paul Forstner Ministries, what do you think Paul Forstner Ministries could have did for you? Or could do for you? If you needed its services.
I think that the first thing that they would be able to do is mentor and step up to the plate and say, it's almost like a helping hand, like they're going to extend this to you, like, come on and let me show you. I think that it will be a safe place for young people to make mistakes and it be okay. It's not an excuse if you're lazy or not doing what you're supposed to be doing. There's never any excuses. The Lord even says, He doesn't put up with the excuses. But there will be it'll be a harbor place, and which is really cool because we're close to Wilmington, which is a port city. And if you look up the definition of port, it means harbor and a safe place. And so, for it to be located so close to Wilmington, to represent a safe place, I think there's true meaning in that. There's true meaning in that. And not only will they be taught, people will be taught and they will learn new things, but I think the main thing is it will be a safe environment where people are allowed to be themselves and make mistakes, and people will accept them even if that happens. And if there has to be course correction, then there will be course correction. And it'll be okay because it won't be embarrassing, it won't be degrading, it'll just be like, come on buddy, let me just move you back over here.
You got her. You did good. You did good. Let me get a still picture of you.